Hi, Michael and Middleton here again. Forgive the glare behind me. I'm outside and it's hard to get in just exactly the right place to balance the camera. Again, I'm doing some introductions to a few of my books that I think might be ministry. Here I'm sharing On Guard, Ministering Christ in a Messed Up World. And just very briefly, it's about how to work with and minister to people with big problems without letting it drag you under. So I'm just going to share the introduction briefly on this, and the links to Amazon, my Amazon page will be down to the description, but you can also get it just about everywhere else online. It's available worldwide through many, many different outlets. Introduction. I had fun with this introduction, so hope you get a chuckle out of it. Perhaps you'd never guess it by some length of careful observation of my current physical appearance, but I have actually been a licensed lifeguard in 2 different states. That is true. Yes, my physique was once that of a supreme manhood and refined ruggedness. I possessed the debonair, just ever so slightly windblown hairdo of a David Hasselhoff, as well as the suave sophistication of Errol Flynn. You begin to get closer to the full picture of my former glory when you add to this the backwoods ruggedness of Marvel Comics' Wolverine and a healthy dose of the mountain of muscular masculinity which is only hinted at in Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, not really. My physical appearance and general condition of manliness has, indeed, functioned on a higher plane in days and in decades gone by. But even at my best, it was never really all that great. Though I always excelled academically, in the hunk department, I was probably a solid C-. I do think that I was a pretty cute kid up to about the age of 5 or 6. I even had kind of a James Dean look going there early on. But it seems as though Sir Isaac Newton had it in for me, and the universal law of entropy has made me its personal object. As with any middle-aged man, I find myself caught in a slow, brutal downhill slide into a deteriorating masculine mediocrity. All vain imaginations aside, my current fleshly abode is slipping away daily towards the land of short, fat, balding, and a tad too flatulent for polite company. However, the part about having been a licensed lifeguard is true. In fact, I have been both a head lifeguard and a volunteer fireman. It is around the combination of these 2 experiences and my roughly, at this time, 25 years of full-time ministry, going into my 31st year now, in various positions that this little book is framed. A lifeguard, a fireman, any first responder worth their salt will keep this fact always securely locked in the forefront of their minds on a daily basis. If you're dead, you can't help anyone. Policemen, firemen, lifeguards, emergency medical technicians, all first responders are trained to protect their personal safety in all situations. Courage and devotion must be guided by reality, experience, and wisdom. You cannot help anyone if you are careless or hasty and become a victim yourself. In fact, instead of helping, you may very well become a burden and a danger to others. These same principles apply to anyone involved in Christian ministry, be it from a professional, vocational standpoint, or simply in the realm of personal evangelism. This is particularly true of those individuals reaching out to those farthest away from Christ and in most desperate need. Our hearts ache for such lost and damaged souls, but please remember, you cannot help anyone if you become a victim yourself. The world out there is already a pretty deadly minefield all on its own, and anyone seeking to extend the hope of Christ to those bound in the chains of hopelessness will soon attract the attention of a very clever and vicious adversary. Wisdom must guide compassion. That's kind of where the introduction ends. There's a little bit lengthier section following that, but that's pretty much the gist of the introduction. And again, that is On Guard, Ministering Christ in a Messed Up World. Hope that blesses you, gives you some something to chew on, and follow up with getting a hold of the book, particularly if you're somebody working in with people in difficult situations, or just people who are having real problems and have been feeling like you might get drug under by their problems. So hope that blesses you, and we'll see you again soon.